Biggie is so big. Guys, we got Biggie out of storage. Oh, it's nerve-wracking.
We haven't done this in a while. We looked at the instruction books for hitching.
Just double check yourself, like triple check ourselves. Anyway, we're taking her down to Arizona in a few days. And for those of you who've been following us a while, Biggie was our first big RV when we retired in 2015, sold everything we own and got Biggie. We love her. But then in the last couple of years, we got that Airstream just because we found a good price on it. And so our plan is to put Biggie in Benson down there at the co-op park, and then when we travel, we'll travel in the Airstream. So that's our plan. But anyway, here we go.
First, we have to get her down there.
She's got to make it.
It'll be okay. It's just nerve-wracking when you haven't done it in so long.
So big. So there she is. And here's Wanda. We're moving stuff out of Wanda. Over there.
Hi.
So we have Biggie behind us. And we're in New Mexico.
Which any person that pulls trailers will tell you the hardest part is remembering that you're pulling a trailer.
Yeah. So we are heading down to Benson, Arizona. And we were reminiscing about, so Biggie, when we retired in 2015, Biggie's our first RV, 35-foot fifth wheel.
So we bought Biggie before we had a truck.
Yeah. We had her, the guy we bought it from brought her and dropped her off at a friend's house in Black Forest. And then we got a truck. And we have never RV'd or pulled anything in our entire life. So when we hooked Biggie up and started driving, I can't even tell you, we were just like, what do? You just go.
I think if we knew more, like, we probably would have never gotten such a huge one.
But we know now, because we have driven her all over the United States.
She's been all across the United States.
And I mean boondocking. Yeah, boondocking, and we know if we could drive her, we could drive anything. And we have had some misadventures in Biggie. When we first started, we went through Texas, and in Del Rio, there was a boondocking spot we read about. And so we actually stopped by a visitor center and said, I want you to look how big we are.
Why not just like a visitor center, but where the ranger was?
Yeah, we're the ranger right at that area.
The park visitor.
And we said, we're thinking about boondocking, but I want you to look at how big we are. Is it safe for us to take this thing out there in that area? And she looks, and she said, oh yeah, no problem. So Annette and I take off out towards the boondock spot, and it takes us a while, and we're going down a road, no problem. All of a sudden,
dirt roads, of course.
It was a dirt road, but it was a good road. But all of a sudden, the road ran right into the lake. It just ended with the road going into the lake.
Yes, obviously the lake was totally flooded, and
we're facing it.
I guess the only way you knew that is if you had actually driven down into this area and been like, oh, the lake's totally flooded, the road's gone, you know.
So we are facing the lake. No, it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock at night. There were one little pull out ahead of us, but there were two cars there. There were people hunting in their kayaks. They were actually hunting in their kayaks. Anyway, we sat like that all night long. We slept like that. And I had a hard time sleeping because I had anxiety about facing that lake. I just wanted to be turned around and heading out. But anyway, at 5 o'clock the next morning, Annette hears those guys, the same hunters, left that evening, but they're coming back in. So Annette said, hey, can you not park there so we could try to get out? What did that guy say?
He said, oh, well, I had a feeling that's not where you went to camp last night.
So anyway, they did. So we pull ahead a little ways, start backing up, and we have to back uphill in this field.
It's just like backing into a field. I mean, it was kind of crazy.
So as I'm backing, Annette's outside, and the truck is turning, and there was a big tree,
big bush, like a big willow bush or something,
branch hanging over the tree as I'm turning. So Annette comes running up and holds the branch down so I can get past it. Then I get backed up enough that I know I can get out. I can turn and get out of here. So I start turning. Well, there's a metal pole
fence post stuck into the ground.
It's like one of those little ones that holds up like chicken wire or whatever.
Yeah, like fence post.
Yeah, like a little metal one. Anyway, I don't see it because I'm just trying to get out of there. And Annette sees it, and the back of the trailer is about to clip it, so she's running and diving and bending the pole. So when I get out of there, I stop to let Annette in, and she sweat like she had a workout.
That's when you realize that no matter, when you're at the back of the trailer, no matter how loud you're trying to yell,
forget it.
Christy didn't hear a dang thing.
I didn't hear anything. And I was just kind of had anxiety anyway because I wanted to get the heck out of there.
Yeah,
but anyway, we survived that. And I tell you, with a big rig, anytime you have a campground that has boulders outlining the spot or fence posts, you always have anxiety because the big fifth wheel is very hard to get in there when there's obstacles.
Or and, loose sand or like, you know.
So in Nevada, we backed into a spot, had posts around the campsite, little tiny posts. Well, our back end got caught on it. Next thing you know, Annette was out, sawing the top of that post off. She flung it into the firewood box in the back of the truck, and we kept going. I'm telling you. I just put a post on our Wander Women Facebook page, a picture of Biggie, and this woman wrote, I remember watching the video of you guys going through the Chesapeake Bay Tunnel, which is that underwater tunnel.
Which, yeah.
So
of course
Annette,
it's doable. I mean, of course it's doable.
Annette was driving because I wanted to videotape it.
That's what
Annette,
she said.
And I'm going, woohoo! And Annette's going the whole time. But coming to see the semis coming the opposite way, and it looks like they were going to.
It looks like they have like an inch
at the top.
Clearance at the top, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's just crazy.
I'm telling you guys, we've had some adventures and misadventures in Biggie, but all of it was fun, and we survived it. And one time, my favorite story is in Idaho. We parked out boondocking, and we go to leave, and we had to balance Biggie, we had to put her front jacks way down. So when we go to lift her up to hook her onto the truck, the electric jack wouldn't work. So we call somebody, and they're like, oh, it'll take 3 weeks before we can help you. And we were like, what? So there's a manual way to try to lift that. There's this little handle thing. It's not easy. You're cutting your hands the whole time, and it took us a couple of hours to maybe just a little bit.
A week before that, or 2 weeks before that, a couple days before my birthday, I had crashed on my mountain bike bad. Like,
yeah, she
probably broke something in my pelvis. But anyway,
yeah.
But I couldn't. There was no way. I could hardly.
Annette couldn't help.
I couldn't help. I couldn't do that kind of force.
So I am trying to turn that thing, and I'm telling you, we lifted barely. And so Annette says, well, if we let the air out of the tires of the truck, it'll lower the truck, and I think it'll work. So we flatten all of the tires in the truck.
On the back, just the back.
Oh, was it the back? Just the back. So it lowered it, and by the time we raised it a little bit, we were able to hook. And then
got our compressor. We carry a compressor.
Air compressor, filled up the tires, and got out of there. But the amazing thing, when at one point that switch, it happened again where it wouldn't work. And we were in California at the time.
Yeah, we had a couple of things wrong with it. It was a switch. There was a switch problem, but there was also the motor itself. I had to replace the motor. That time in Idaho, I had to replace the motor.
Yeah, but that's one time the switch was out, and we went to that was Bishop.
Yeah.
And we went over there to this place, and they said, we don't have that switch, but there's a guy in town with that general store that has everything on the planet. It was a little general store in a little tiny town.
It was a saddle shop.
Yeah. And so we went over there, and he said, let me look. And he goes in the back, digs around, comes back with the switch. It was unbelievable. So then we were able to install it. Gosh, you guys, it's just been amazing fun. And
yeah, you kind of have to be willing to think on your feet. It's always good to be able to think on your feet.
It's amazing. Amazing. And, our first year starting out, we put solar on her. Nettie totally researched and got all of the parts, and her brother-in-law helped us in California, and we got that.
My nephew David,
yeah,
he does golf cart stuff. He and his dad, and he got me some really nice Trojan golf cart batteries. We still have the same batteries. Awesome. They are still working away. They're lead acid batteries, and even though we've been gone for like 6 months at a time, I just make sure that as soon as we get back, check the water level. They've never, so they're
still good. And we got, it's just been fun, like a journey. So we're so excited to have her. We're going to leave her here permanently at this Benson RV park and just use her when we're here because she's like a big apartment. She's huge. Anyway, you guys, all right, we're taking you with us. We're blabbing. Okay, bye. All right, we're in the little town of Las Vegas, New Mexico. We got Biggie parked over there. And we're going to this bakery, get a cup of coffee, take a break. It's called the Charlie's Spick and Span Bakery. Check it out.
People will say that.
Okay, we made it to Albuquerque. We're meeting Juliet. We didn't meet them in Las Vegas. They were behind us an hour or so. So we're gonna meet them here. And they got a room for the night, so we're gonna stay here also. So here we are, Albuquerque. There's Biggie. I love her.
Hi.
We're heading out. We left Albuquerque a few minutes ago, and we're heading to Benson today. Yippee!
First, we have to stop and get some Blue Def.
Yeah, for our diesel truck, you have to put this Blue Def in there, so we got to get some of that at this Walmart.
Yeah.
Then we're going to stop at Hatch, New Mexico for a little bit. Juliet and Steve, maybe we'll see them. They're a little bit ahead of us. And it's a beautiful day. It's perfect.
Looks like it's going to be gorgeous.
All right, you guys are road tripping with us. Yippers! We're taking a little break in the town of Hatch, New Mexico, home of the Hatch Green Chili. Juliet and Steve are here. So we're going to go for a little walk. Take a break. It's a little market. It's a cute little town. I like it.
I like the pork skins. No, we're not getting. Did you find anything?
There's Arizona. Yay!
Miles, take the exit.
We're in Arizona, people. Oh, about an hour and 15 minutes away from our destination. Oh my gosh, it's been long. We just are reminiscing about walking the CDT down through this barren landscape.
We can't drive through the desert without talking about our long hikes.
And we went through Lordsburg. Every time we go through there, we think about how we were a week away from finishing the CDT and all the cow tanks that we had to find to drink out of them. And just loved it.
Walking across the middle of the desert. I mean, it's crazy.
Loved every minute of it. Miss it. Well, we made it. One of the first things I'm going to do, besides cleaning, is put my lights up. My lemon lime lights, I'll show you. Right here. Look at those babies. I'm putting them up. We've got Anita and Lisa visiting, and Steve and Juliet made it. But got my lights up. Looking good, looking good. It's going to be a couple of months of a project, getting this thing all cleaned up and organized. But look at the bunk room back here. We have that all ready for Etta and Crosby when they come to visit. And we're just getting stuff set up. Okay, you guys.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Make it a great one.
Yeah.
Get outside.
You never know what's going to happen. All kinds of new and interesting things.
Yeah, yeah. Growing experiences all the way around. Okay, bye.
Bye.